Around Bay friends, it's Charles here, and today we talk about Spawn, King Spawn, number 48 from Image Comics. This series it's different than a lot of other series that are spun off from the main satellite or that are, for instance, as an example, Batman versus Absolute Batman. Those are two different story universes, but here in King Spawn you get a parallel story that is in continuity with the Spawn series and the rest of the Spawn universe. And so it's like you're getting a peek behind the curtain of what Spawn is doing when he's not in the pages of Spawn. And this book, my goodness, you get to see a side of Spawn that me as a new reader, I really hadn't seen too much of before. I started reading Spawn around 310, and I think we're at 360 something right now. But this is about really the cruelty of Spawn, and the fact that he is, when it comes to dealing with dispensing what he sees as justice, he is not kind. And he will go to great lengths to psychologically, emotionally, and physically break you down if you cross him. And the story starts off, you have these three characters, we're just dropped right in. We don't know who they are, we don't know what they've done, we don't see Spawn, but they're dropped into this, looks like haunted house of some sort. And they don't know how they got there. They just remember being somewhere in a moment, a flash of light, and boom, they're together in this dilapidated house of horrors. And they're greeted by this person who looks like almost a zombie. Somebody who hasn't seen light or had human interaction in a very long time. And at first they think that he's the reason why they are trapped. But they find out that he is along with them trapped as well. And he tries to tell them that, there's no use in trying to escape, trying to run, trying to hide. And, these guys, the whole time, they're like, well, I haven't done anything that bad. Well, why would Spawn be after me? And then we find out slowly but surely as they're trying to navigate the way out of this house of horrors that these are not the good guys that they are pretending to be. And eventually, about halfway through, Spawn shows up and he brutally dispatches of one of the guys who was a gangster, as we find out, and he just eviscerates him. And sends another guy running, trying to escape. And this guy's pleading for his life, saying that, he hasn't done anything that bad. And what Spawn tells him is, you never think of them, do you? The families you drove onto the streets just to save your profits, people pushed to suicide. They're just numbers on a spreadsheet, not real people like you and your family. And he sees images of his family being tortured, and he's apologetic and heartbroken, and Spawn really makes him face, his greatest fear. And we finally get to, the story of this zombie type character, and he explains to the last of the three that he's been doing this for as long as he can remember, and what Spawn does is he kills him. And he brings him back in a painful, long process of him regenerating just to be eviscerated again and again and again and feel pain and hopelessness. And the third guy, it's interesting what Al does. Is he tells him to leave. And he says, I can. And Spawn tells him to leave now. And he's thankful and he says, I swear I'll never tell anyone about this, not a single soul. And Spawn's response is, yes, you will. You're going to tell everyone you ever meet for the rest of your life. And if you don't, I'll bring you back here forever. And so you get to see the more sadistic side of Spawn. And, like I said, like what happens after Spawn finds these people, how he deals with them, and how he builds his lore and his legend. And the fact that he's willing to put that much psychological torment on somebody. Very, very good issue of King Spawn, number 48. And like I said, it's like getting bonus scenes, getting to see the other side of what we see in Spawn, and in the other spin-off titles as well. So check it out. If you are a Spawn fan and you like the Spawn books, and you're not reading King Spawn, there's no reason not to. It's a great series that, like I said, goes on parallel with Spawn. So that's my thoughts on King Spawn for your good little comic book store. And I will see you next time. Till then, keep reading the books. I'm out.